Morning.
Morning. Is there any coffee?
Mm-hmm. I ate it. Do you want a muffin?
No thanks. I'll get something at work. Do you want a cup, Nancy?
Yes, please. Is Beth awake?
More or less. She'll be right down. I'm giving her a ride to school.
Very clever, Counselor Hobart. She will get out of bed for a lift. What is your day like?
Well, I go to the office this morning, and I'm in court this afternoon. I won't be home late, about 6:30. How about you?
Yvonne and I have a meeting with a client.
Which client?
Bill Collins. We're almost finished with his condo. I'll show you pictures tonight. Do you want a muffin? I will make you a muffin.
No. This is fine. Good morning, Beth.
Hi, honey. I'm very well this morning, thank you. Would you like a muffin? Do you want some yogurt? An egg?
Mom,
Eggs are good.
I'm not hungry.
Beth, you really must eat something. How about some cereal?
Dad, make her stop.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you tonight.
Richard,
Dad?
you were taking Beth to school.
Oops. Well, then I will have a muffin.
Good morning, Nancy.
Hi, Yvonne. What is that?
It's a box of donuts.
Yvonne,
What?
donuts are bad for you.
But they taste so good. Want one?
No, I do not want one.
Not even a cream-filled donut with chocolate frosting? There's only one. I'll get a couple of plates.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Libra, be patient at work. The financial outlook is good.
I like that. What's mine?
Aries, stay healthy. Now is a good time for a dental checkup.
A what?
A dental checkup.
Who writes these things?
I don't know. So, how are you this morning?
Fine, except I have to go to a business dinner tonight with all of Douglas's real estate colleagues. Now, I love my husband, and his coworkers are very nice, but they are all optimists.
And you're a poor, lonely pessimist.
No.
Well, I like those dinners. Potential clients.
Oh, Douglas got us a referral.
Great.
Clara Kovac.
Great.
She's Hungarian.
Okay.
It could be a big job, Nancy.
Great.
She's an heiress.
Great.
You're famous.
I'm not famous. We are famous. The office is famous.
That's funny. I didn't see a picture of the office in the paper. I saw a picture of you.
Is there a picture of me?
Page 28.
You're famous.
This is terrible.
What's terrible?
Where did they get this picture?
Ah, Richard, it's the price of fame.
Joe, I'm not famous. But there are better pictures of me.
An interview here, another picture there. Soon you'll be on television.
Excellent. You can go on a talk show.
Then comes the book.
And the movie.
An adoring public.
Great parties.
No privacy. A 24-hour-a-day job. No normal life.
Details.
I don't believe this. Do you really want to be in the public eye?
I do. I want to go on a talk show.
Joe, you're much more reserved than I am. You don't want to be famous.
No, not me. I'm smarter than that. I want you to be famous.
Yes, Trish.
It's the state attorney general for you, Mr. Hobart. Line 2.
Thank you.
You're famous.
Michael. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Nancy.
Yvonne, have you met our new tenants?
Not yet.
Yvonne Washington, Michael Chung, and Danny DeMarco. They moved in last weekend. It was last weekend, right?
Just last Saturday.
Of course. How could I forget that sofa? How did you finally get it into the apartment?
Very slowly and very carefully. Yvonne, do you live here too?
No, Nancy and I are business partners, so I'm here quite a bit.
What kind of business?
Interior design. Do you need help with your new place?
With our furniture? Impossible.
Oh, I hardly think so.
You haven't seen the sofa.
Besides, I'm sure Lisa will help us redecorate.
Lisa?
Lisa's my girlfriend.
Just getting home from work, Danny?
Yeah, I'm beat.
Where do you work?
Kinko's, the night shift.
You too, Michael?
Oh, no, Michael is a serious filmmaker.
Danny.
Really?
I'm a graduate student in film studies, and I do work at night occasionally.
Actually, Yvonne, we've got to run. Everything okay in the apartment?
So far, so good.
Good. We'll see you later.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Must be hard to work all night.
Unless you sleep all day.
Look, our first mail. Apply for your new credit card today. Why are you getting these?
Because, Michael, I am an ideal consumer. These people dream about me. They drool over me. Under 30, underemployed, works at night for minimum wage in a copy place. I don't have cash. I need their cards. You want some?
Glad that's not scotch. What's got you so down?
Jeanette called me at work and broke up with me.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, between you and me, it was just a matter of time.
How come?
I'm not ambitious. I am going around in circles, and I don't have a life plan.
Does Jeanette?
Oh, Jeanette has a very detailed schedule. How's the movie?
Good. I'm just going out to shoot. Listen, Danny, there's an experimental film at MIT on Saturday. Do you want to come Saturday evening before you go to work?
Are you bringing Lisa?
Yep.
Does she have a friend?
How quickly they forget.
Where do I like to shop? Shopping is not my sport. I am really not the guy to talk about shopping.
I have a daughter who's 12, and I found I enjoy shopping with her now. She's getting old enough. We like similar things, or we like totally opposite things, but it's fun together.
If we can find a mall that isn't as crowded, we'll go there, but most of the time we go to neighborhood shops.
Sometimes I like to shop. Usually I'd prefer shopping from catalogs than going to the mall because there are too many people.
Who shops for my clothes? I shop for my own clothes.
I only shop when I need something. I don't shop for pleasure.
When we were younger, shopping was our recreation, but now I do what I have to do, and I don't do it any other time.
I'm a real bohemian, so we've been married for 6 years. I don't think I bought any of my own clothes in 6 years, if that answers your question. Automotive parts. I'm big into automotive parts sometimes.
The food shopping, my wife does all the food shopping.
And I'm from Frankfurt, Germany, and we have a flea market every week near the river. I like to buy there. Sometimes I'll go shopping even if I don't want to find anything myself. If a friend needs something, we just walk around and look at clothes and, and talk and hang out. Sometimes it is a social activity.
I prefer family-owned small businesses because I think there's a much more human quality involved in shopping in those stores. I think it's vital to keep those kind of community centers going. I think the biggest mistake they've made all around the world is they think that centralizing shopping has become something that makes sense.
Okay. Did Kevin say we would have any essay questions?
No, just multiple choice.
We must be done.
We must be. I can't think of anything else to study.
Great.
Great.
So, the question is, should I have a big party for my birthday?
Absolutely. Can I wear your red dress?
Justine, the party may not even happen, and you already want to wear my clothes?
But I look so good in that dress. Where is it? Here it is.
Anyway, my parents would like to throw a party for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Do you think it's stupid? Sweet 16?
Oh yeah, Sweet 16. Well, you don't have to wear a sign or anything.
Yeah, we don't have to call it a Sweet 16 party. Try it with a necklace.
I like it with the necklace. That tea party your mom did was great.
Yeah, it could be really nice. On the other hand, a bunch of us could just go out.
That would be fun too. Beth, your birthday's not for a few months, right?
6 weeks.
So you have time to decide. You never wear this. I'm taking it, okay?
Okay. Are you hungry?
I could eat.
So could I. Let's do it.
This article is so positive. It's glowing. I can't believe I didn't notice it this morning. I love this part. Some public servants do serve the public. State Prosecutor Hobart is one. Wow.
What do you think?
What can I think? It says here, Hobart won an important victory for public health in Massachusetts. You're my hero.
Yeah?
I heard Beth boast about you to Justine. In a very cool way, of course.
I impressed the House critic. That is impressive.
It's just the age, honey. It's her job to make us feel old and useless. You were 15 once, don't you remember?
I'm afraid that was a long time ago. And I was never...
Here we go.
Did you hear her yesterday? She told someone on the phone, my parents are so middle class. What does that mean?
I'm sure we were just as bad. So...
Yes?
You do this fabulous job. You win this case.
Mm-hmm.
People love you. You get glowing reviews. You get praise from your colleagues. I have just one question.
Yes?
Do you get a raise?
Come on, man. Help me do this.
No. No. Let's get this straight. I am not going to help you learn to juggle. I'm not going to waste my time. You don't listen. What? See, you never listen. You're not really interested. Lately, you're on some other planet, Danny. Your body's here, but your mind is on Pluto. I'd rather teach someone who wants to learn.
Nathan, it's not brain surgery, it's juggling.
And guess what? You still can't do it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll listen better. I'll work harder. Oh no, it's the 2 a.m. rush.
Kinkos. This is Nathan. Can I help you? We're open all night. Yes, we do bulk copies. Sure, let me get you the price list.
Tell them we're busy. We're swamped. Tell them to go away.
You know what? It's your lucky night. Let me hand you over to my colleague. He's our vice president in charge of bulk copies, and he can answer all of your questions. His name is Danny.
Hello. Yep. 7 cents. 100. Sure. Yep. Bye.
I think I like being up early. That's a little more relaxed.
I have to be here by 5 on weekdays and 4:30 on Sunday. But I work 4 days a week here. I kind of stagger it.
Sometimes you lose some sleep, and you have to do what you have to do to make a living.
I really don't mind coming in early. I get in, I get a place to park, I come down, I get some stuff done. And, I like walking down the street in the morning. It's kind of like my cup of coffee to get going.
Well, I don't have much of a social life right now. I'm just working all the time.
I don't go out a lot at night. I've got a wife and 2 kids, so I spend most of the time with them, and I stay up not overly late, but it does change. I'm a little tired come, 10 o'clock at night. Don't have a lot of energy left.
I'm here from midnight till 8 in the morning, 4 nights a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And it's a great deal of fun because it also gives me 4 daytimes off each week. The nighttime customers are, for the most part, a little drunk, definitely very hungry. They've spent a lot of money, they're on their way home, they're sleepy, they're tired. They want food with no effort as quickly as humanly possible. The morning people they want some nice peace and quiet, maybe just get started for the day. They're waking up, they don't want to get blasted, and they don't want to walk straight into work, so they come in, they settle down, they have a cup of coffee, they talk about last night's news, and then they move on.
Here's a list of colors and materials. If you ever want to match something, take the list to the store.
Thanks.
And here's your final invoice.
Fine. I can write a check now, if that's okay.
Bill, you're my favorite client.
I just wish I had more than 2 rooms for you to do.
Just call us when you have a house, okay?
I'm sure all your clients come back.
All but one.
Oh, really? You have to tell me. I'm your favorite client.
He had no sense of color.
One day, last summer, we got a call. It was a doctor, a very successful surgeon.
Who wanted us to design his consulting offices. And it was very important to the big surgeon...
Man.
...that the colors be soothing.
Well, that makes sense.
I had no problem with that.
However, the surgeon and my partner could not agree on green.
Green is green, right?
It was a very soft seafoam green. Very gentle on the eyes. What color is that?
Green.
Thank you.
Well, the surgeon said the green was yellowy brown and not relaxing at all. In fact, he said the green was, what did he call it?
Institutional. Do you believe it? He gave me such a headache.
Green, yellow, green, yellow. We finally went with a shade of pink.
Which he called violet. And the man is an eye surgeon.
What's up for the weekend, Joe?
We'll probably go sailing. The weather should be good. At least that's what the weather report said.
How's the boat?
She needs a little work. A little work, a lot of cash. Yeah. This coffee's got sugar in it. This one must be yours.
Gets expensive, doesn't it?
Please. Marie reminds me the entire time we're on the boat. She says it's just a hole in the water you throw money into. I'm thinking of getting a smaller one, Richard. A one-man sailboat. This one's got sugar in it, too. Do you want it?
No, thanks. Do you want this milk?
Sure.
Beth used to take riding lessons. That wasn't cheap. I was relieved when she got tired of it. This isn't a ham sandwich. I'm not sure what it is.
Egg salad.
What's that one?
Pastrami. Wrong order.
Wrong order. The last couple of years we've been skiing. We go to Stowe Mountain in Vermont.
Is that the one with the 2 mountains and all the trails?
Yep. Downhill skiing. We can't pick an inexpensive sport, can we? Is there one?
Skinny dipping.
That would be a summer activity.
Pretty much.
I can't meet them then. I'm in court.
You're in court the next day.
Right, but I'm also in court on Wednesday.
The next day is Wednesday.
Trish, we just started and we're already out of sync. I cannot have all these meetings. There aren't enough hours in the day.
With all due respect, you don't write things down on the calendar, so I don't know how full your schedule is, which is why we still have these little meetings.
Can we agree that the day after Wednesday is Thursday? It's a joke, Trish. A little joke.
May we start from the beginning?
By all means.
The Credit Card Association would like to meet with you on Tuesday morning.
Fine. I can do it in the morning. Afterwards, I'm in court.
Fine, which case?
People versus Kenton.
That case doesn't start until next week.
We're talking about next week.
We're talking about this week.
Trish, I said let's talk about next week.
You said it on Friday. Last week, next week means this week, this week.
You're going to make a very good attorney.
Anybody home?
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Danny.
How you doing, Lisa?
I found that video.
Mars needs women. Excellent.
I looked everywhere for it, and I finally went to Video King. Michael, it is a great store.
Lisa, how long did you live in California?
My whole life until college. Why?
I don't know. Maybe I should move to L.A. What? Why? Well, they have an excellent football team. You're pathetic.
Danny, you don't want to live in California. It's one big disaster area.
So is my life.
No. I mean things like floods. And if it isn't a flood, it's a fire. Or an earthquake. Earthquakes, Danny.
Have you ever been in one?
Plenty of times. Most of them are small. You don't feel them. But the one in 1990, I was going into the airport and the ground started to move. People didn't want to stay in the airport, obviously. So they started running out of it, crying and screaming.
So?
The only disasters we have in New England are blizzards.
And hurricanes.
And hurricanes.
And Danny's love life.
Danny, did you and Jeanette break up?
Yep. I dropped her like a hot potato. Typhoon, Danny, and In Storm of Love. A new film by Michael Chung. I like it. Yeah, well, I'm charging you a fortune for the rights.
Beth, we are waiting for you. The phone is driving me crazy.
Let's unplug it. I'm starting.
Beth?
Coming. Sorry.
Hey, didn't you have a soccer game today? What was the score?
4-0.
Tell them you are eating dinner and we'll call back later. Do you see what I mean?
Dad! It's for you.
Sorry.
The phone is driving me crazy.
Mom, we should just turn on the answering machine.
I don't want to use it to screen calls. I don't think it's right. If we're home, we should answer the phone.
But we're not screening calls. We just don't want to be interrupted. If we were eating out, the machine would be on.
You have a point.
So let's use it during meals. Or just during dinner.
Maybe.
Sorry. That was Joe.
What did he want?
The phone is driving you crazy?
Nan, it's for you.
Seen the sunrise from the cliffs at Point Raisin.
A live performance as in a band or something, oh, that's like 100 times better. I mean, you get to feel the music and be part of it.
Sometimes it's nice to have more than 2 or 3 people. Sometimes it's nice when you get a big group of people. It can charge you and make you feel like you know why you're there.
Well, I think people like the theater just because the feeling of going out and you know, preparing for it sort of, and relax, and you go get something to eat.
Movies are the most common because they're the most around, but I like going to plays.
Yeah, I've been to comedy clubs. I enjoy them. I like the show. I enjoy taking in different cultures, going to different plays.
I also watch a lot of movies and stand-up comedy and stuff like that. That's pretty much the way I go.
You're seeing something that's for real versus something that's processed that you know would be the same if you saw it again and again and again. If I saw the same movie, it's going to be the same next time I see it.
I've been to a couple professional theaters. I do like the theater. It's very good.
I do a magic act and about a 15-minute show, and just have fun doing that. I try to come out every day, depending on the weather. I used to change my act, I'd say, each year. You know, I pretty much spend the winter designing it, putting it together, and studying what I want to do. And you know, it takes me about a year to think about what I want to do and how to change it.
So I picked up his guitar and I played the 3 chords that I knew, D, A, G. And while I was strumming, someone came along and threw a pound coin in the case. And this light bulb went off in my head, and I said, you know, why am I studying engineering and production when I can maybe do this myself?
Are you working late tonight?
Excuse me. Yes, Trish? Constanza Fuentes? Are you sure? Okay. Hobart. Hello, Constanza. How are you? Fine, thank you. How can I help you? Uh-huh. Yes. Excuse me? No, I hadn't. Sure. I'd be happy to consider it. Lunch on Thursday. Fine. See you then.
Constanza Fuentes, as in party chairwoman Fuentes? Well, what did she want?
She asked me if I had ever thought of running for public office.
Any particular one?
Attorney General of the state of Massachusetts.
That's right, Phil's retiring. What does our boss think about you taking his place?
Constanza said Phil loves the idea.
What else did she say?
Not much. She said we are doing a great job, and I have a lot to offer, and they need a candidate.
So you said you'll think about it?
Yeah. Am I crazy? Can I do this?
If you want to.
I have to tell Nancy what's going on.
We can finish this later.
This is a big job.
But we can do it.
Clara Kovac, here we come.
Nancy, Yvonne, do come in.
It's nice, but it's not quite right. We've had several decorators come in, but so far it's been a disappointment. Notice the colors. They simply won't do. I can't bear to look at them. Antonio and I hired a firm to fix the walls. Well, we came home to find the kitchen completely ruined. Do you know what they said to me? From then on, I watched the workmen do every little thing, no matter how small. After all, how else will I know? And look at this carpet. I don't like carpet. You see people covering beautiful wood floors. It makes no sense whatsoever. I'll have the architect send you the plans.
Miss Kovac.
Oh, Clara.
Clara. I'm sorry, I thought the phone was off. Excuse me.
As I was saying...
Hello. Hi. I'm in a meeting. But keep talking. I need the break. What's up? Who? She asked you what? What did you say? Wow. Okay, honey. I'll see you tonight.
We'd love you to come to our office. We'll call and arrange an appointment. Wow.
What were we doing in there? That house is fine.
What did Clara say? It's nice, but it's not quite right. She wants us to make it right. Oh, no.
Danny? Danny DeMarco?
Yeah?
It's me, Tony. Tony Borelli.
Tony Borelli!
Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah!
I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Great. How about you?
You know. Man, you look really different. What happened to the glasses?
I got contact lenses. I took off a few pounds. I got in shape. Hey, you want to keep on running?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
What are you doing these days?
I manage one of my father's stores. You remember. Radios, stereos. It's not bad. I've got flexible hours so I can work out when I want. Do you believe it? I lift weights now.
You're a new man, Tony.
So you married?
No, no. No wife, no kids. As of 2 weeks ago, no girlfriend. You?
Nah. Listen, we'll have wives and children and houses before we know it. So don't rush it. So what's your story?
I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I work at Kinko's nights. Actually, today I'm starting a second job. You know, part-time extra cash.
What is it?
You know those guys that deliver telegrams and flowers?
Really?
Really?
Well, it's a job.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. Nancy, hi. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Nice tuxedo.
I'm going to a wedding.
For a minute there, you look like one of those balloon delivery guys.
The balloons are for the wedding.
Oh.
The couple is Danish. And the Danes have an old custom. Actually, it's not that old. But the balloons are a part of it.
Part of the wedding.
Yes.
Everybody has something. Americans throw bird seed, the Japanese have rubber cakes. In Liechtenstein, they kidnap the bride from the reception. Or is that the Zimbabweans?
You know, Nancy, I was just on my way out.
Of course. Don't let me keep you. You don't want to be late for a wedding, especially if you're in the bridal party. Are you the best man?
No, yes, sort of. Nice talking to you. Bye.
The kinds of weather that I like best, I think the best time of year is the fall, that time of year where the air is crisp and cool and it seems to be cleaner.
Spring is my favorite kind of weather. I like this weather. Today is a perfect day. Not too hot, not too cool. You can do things outside.
We live, unfortunately, in Washington, D.C., which has sort of two weathers, bad and hot. Winter, a little bit of winter, but not really, and then mostly very, very hot summer.
I love the autumn here, and actually the past couple of years we've been having really nice falls.
I usually watch the Weather Channel. With the paper, on the news.
Weather Channel.
I like to watch them when they give you the weather report showing the map of the whole country, and you can then see the weather systems, where they're moving.
I look at the newspaper and then I look outside and see which is a better predictor.
There's a free weather phone number that you can call for like a recorded weather forecast, and I call probably 2 or 3 times a day.
Really?
I do. I have to know what to wear, you know.
It changes so quickly, then it doesn't really matter what the weather forecasts say.
If I wake up in the morning needing to go to work and it's raining, that kind of dampens my spirits a little bit.
I think it's a nice, crisp, cool morning. The sun is shining. You feel bright and cheery yourself.
The sun is very energizing. I couldn't live somewhere where it was rainy or cold all the time.
When it's hot and humid in Washington, we don't want to do anything. And, you know, I think yesterday was a really rainy, you know, overcast day. Everybody was a little down. Today it's beautiful, so we're all up again.
What do you think?
I think something's caught in here.
I mean, what do you think of running?
For office?
No, Boston Marathon. Yes, for office.
I'm not sure. I love my job, but I've been there for 8 years. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time for a new job.
Ah, but you only have this job until the election.
True. You know, the thought of public office never occurred to me. But ever since Constanza's phone call, it's been on my mind. What do you think?
I don't think that goes there. Isn't the belt supposed to go there? Well, I think it's very exciting, but I'm worried too. I mean, this will have an enormous effect on all of us. For instance, our lives will certainly change during the campaign. Are you listening?
For instance, our lives will certainly change during a campaign.
You're doing it again.
What?
You repeat what I say, but you don't really hear it.
Sweetheart, you think I can't hear unless I look at you. But, in fact, I use my ears to listen, not my eyes. I can even hear you with my eyes closed. Go ahead. Say something.
You're impossible.
I'm impossible. See?
What's on TV?
I love Stuart Bonnet, starring Beth Hobart.
Justine, don't rub it in. What is on TV?
Thriller theater. Something called The Jersey Devil.
Cool.
Is that about a couple on a date and they park in the woods or something?
Well, according to the story I know, they run out of gas and they're really nervous because there's an escaped monster in the woods too.
The Jersey Devil.
Right. They hear a noise and the guy gets out to look around and the woman waits in the car like this. She hears scratching. Behind the car, in front of the car, and against the roof. And she's scared because of the Jersey Devil.
Now I remember. She finally gets out and sees that it was her boyfriend trying to get back into the car. But the Jersey Devil got him.
Ooh, it's supposed to be true.
Did you hear the one about the babysitter and the phone calls?
I think so.
The creep calls the babysitter
and calls and won't let her alone. And she finally has the operator trace the phone lines. And the operator calls and says, "Get out now! He's calling from a phone inside the house." Hello?
Clara's coming here next week. Do we need a plan?
What kind of plan?
How should we impress her?
We will impress her with our fine work.
Nancy, I used to say that when I worked with your husband and all the other lawyers in state government. But now we are in the design business.
It could use a facelift.
Look what I found. Wow.
Cover the chairs and move the sofa in here.
I picked up a new album for presenting our work.
Perfect. Hello? You bought a what?
We needed something here anyway. I called Clara, confirmed the time, gave her directions, and mailed her a map.
Is there anything else we can do?
This is all very charming.
Who could that be?
I'll get it. Excuse me.
More tea, Clara.
Yes, thank you. You know, it's not easy being gracious these days.
No, it isn't.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Who sent them?
Let's see. Thank you for making my home so beautiful. Best wishes, Janet Wu.
Janet Wu?
Just one of our many satisfied customers. You were saying, Clara?
Being a police officer, you have to carry yourself with dignity and pride.
I like being with people. I like helping people. Like I still see the child today that I delivered some 10 years ago. And it was like a bond. And we have a very close relationship because the mother spoke to the child and said, "That's the officer that delivered you years ago." That was my most rewarding experience. Let me tell you, statistically, most of the people react favorably toward the police. But again, statistically, the firemen are more loved than the police.
At one point when we went in, the fire started rolling up over the top of us. So they backed everybody out and they hit it with deck guns. And after a while, we were ordered back in, and we went back in, and I was going up the stairs. And on the way up the stairs, I look up, and it looks like, I thought I could see little holes of light coming through the ceiling, figuring that, that was burning through. And then I took a closer look, and it actually was completely burned off, and they were stars up in the sky. So the whole roof was gone, and that was one of the more wild situations that I've been in. And that was just a couple weeks on the job.
Yvonne!
I'm almost finished.
Believe me, Douglas, Yvonne promised she would take the day off. She said she had done enough work for 1 week. And now she is in there with a calculator.
I know. Douglas, don't be shy. This looks great. It smells fantastic.
Dig in. Yvonne!
2 seconds.
Douglas, Yvonne mentioned you were in Chicago. Yeah, for a seminar on selling commercial property. It was just a couple of days. This is delicious. But the flight back was horrible. We flew through a huge storm.
I hate airplanes.
You told me you were over that.
Not when I hear these stories.
This was pretty bad. At one point, the flight attendants told us we had to take crash positions.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
No, and then the pilot came on and said we couldn't land. It was absolutely terrifying. Of course, statistically, it's very safe.
Tell that to the people in the crash position.
Well, to be fair, I lived to tell the story. I am here.
But your wife isn't. Yvonne!
Yvonne, we ate all the food. There's nothing left. You missed it. Okay, I'll tell him you called. Hey, that was Lisa. She said you were supposed to meet her.
I know I was. Was she mad?
Was she mad?
Oh, boy. I blew it.
Well, she said she was going home and she'd call you later. What happened?
I taped in the square this morning. Then I had a meeting over at school with my advisor. First of all, he was 45 minutes late. Then, after a complete progress report, he decided to go over the whole project from the top.
What a pain.
I wanted to just get up and walk out.
Temper, Michael. He is your graduate advisor. Lisa will calm down. It's nothing a little gesture on your part won't fix. Ask her to marry you.
Let's not go to extremes.
Tell her it'll never happen again.
I told her that the last time.
Well, well, well. You do have a problem, don't you?
I could grovel.
Groveling is an option. Now, personally, I don't grovel. I just inspire women to break up with me.
Maybe you should try groveling.